Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Heartland Northtrail Ultralight 24 BHS travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a few things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you're going to want to leave plenty of room for that awning to come in and out. On your off campsite, of course, you're going to have your slide, which is a pretty deep slide, so leave plenty of room for that to come in and out. Unimpeded, preferably nothing hanging over top of it. Then I want you to also think about where your power and water connections are going to be. They are both your docking station and your power station. Short cord are going to be behind your tires, on your driver's side of your tow vehicle, or your off camp side of your unit. So once you arrive, unhook our hitch. First thing we're going to do is level our unit. The unit does come with a power tongue jack. A night docking light. Should you arrive at night, simply retract to lower, extend to raise. Now, should you lose power for some reason under this rubber stopper right here, this beautiful hand crank, 3/4 inch I believe, will get on there and crank this up and down should you not have power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts down then, make sure those haven't wiggled loose coming down the road. Once we got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. Your unit is powered with power stabilizing jacks. So I start to run these down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Just going to hit extend here. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in the summer. It's going to better distribute the weight. Really good investment. Use your 10% off coupon. Grab a 4-pack, put them down underneath these feet. Now, as you see, sometimes one will come down before the other, and also as they come down, which I haven't done the other side, that's why it is the way it is, you want to flatten these out. So we're going to put these down onto the pads just until they're taut. We don't want to lift the unit. Man, as soon as that's flat and it feels like it's going to start to lift the unit, got our other foot flat, stop. Our unit's level, we don't want to change that. So get our ones down in the front, come to the back, do the same thing back here, just hit extend. Sometimes again one will come down before the other. Again, remembering to adjust your feet as they come down. Got our unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. 30 amp power cord. Got a new pistol grip on these. They go in and then twist to the right, and then once in, go ahead and put on your black washer for your short cord. Now at the end of that 30 amp service, should you ever need to plug into a 110, and your convenience pack will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer. Got your power hooked up, let's hook up your water. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. I always use this when putting fluid into your unit. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up, hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet. We have one more step. You need to find your hot water heater. On yours, it's still on the off campsite. And all we're doing at this point, folks, making sure our drain plug's back on. May have left it out last time we were camping. Throw some plumber's tape around this. We don't want a putty on there. Get that nice and snug. So that's 1.1 inches. Once that's in there good and tight, then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now after that hose has been on for a little while, I want you to go inside, open your slide if you need to, get inside and open up all of your water taps. Any water lines, open them up, get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water, then shut them off. Then you'll know that your hot water heater is full and you can turn that on from indoors. Now let's say we're gonna go camping and we're not gonna use city water. We're gonna go dry camping. In that case, we're just gonna fill up our fresh water tank. On yours, it's over here on your campsite. Just left your doorway, fresh water. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply gravity fill it with a hose. 2 ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2 on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. 2 people to do this job. One standing here watching this, the other one holding the button down inside to see when it's full. Once it's full, remove this hose, put the cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize this water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to the city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we're all set up to camp with power and water. I'm going to go ahead and continue right here from the campsite, going to the back. From our entry doorway up top, we got a couple of outdoor speakers, a vent for a microwave, a couple of 110s, again your freshwater tank. This is a flue for your furnace. 2 things on that. 1, make sure it's never blocked, and 2, if you are running it, steer clear of that. It does get hot. On your outdoor kitchen, you're prepped for a little TV out here. Set one up out here, cable of 110 there. Pull this piece out here, get up underneath, grab our quick connect LP, and that will connect right out here. 2-burner griddle on that you will light by hand. Make sure your hose is tucked away. And a fridge. Magnetic holder up. Make sure you're locked in for travel. Come around back, you got a spare tire. I am going to recommend that you get a cover for this. Heartland doesn't give us one, but I recommend getting a cover for it. It will keep it from dry rotting. You're prepped for a backup camera device. You can purchase this sets on the dash of your tow vehicle. Another device attaches on here to give you a backup camera for the unit. Again, our rear stabilizing jacks. Down here is our black and gray tanks, as they call them, wastewater and sewer water. And gray tank number 1. Outdoor shower. City water connect. Black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving and dumping our black tanks. Again, your power, and there's where you plug your cable in. A little note on your wipers. On these slides, the wiper seals is what they like to call them, or slide seals. You want them to stay pliable over the year so they'll flip back and forth very easily. They have a fluid you actually spray on these to keep them nice and pliable. Those Solaris slide topper markers are in case you ever decide to get a slide topper for this. Those are templates. Again, your stabilizing jacks, your hot water heater, pressure release valve here. Pass-through storage, battery disconnect right here. That will disconnect all the battery power to your unit. We'll talk more about that later when talk about your carbon monoxide and propane detector. Just run the battery power on this right now. Your propane does have a cover and comes with a regulator. Lefty loosey to open, point it toward the tank you wish to be using. This does color change. When tanks are full, that will be green, red when it empties. Again, your battery posts, check them now and then. This is a hand cranked manual override for your slide. Big storage area here, lighting, stabilizing jacks. Our low point drain is going to be just to the left of our doorway, as well as our freshwater drain, the blue one on the left. Well, it covers everything out here. Let's take a look on the inside. Coming up inside units, the first thing I always like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher should be located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Coming up inside the unit, immediately to my left here, are controls for my awning and slide room. On your awning, start to run that out. You'll only want to run that out until you'll see your flap fall down to 90 degrees, and then you can see a white flap fall down and you can see your brown bar. If you keep holding that down, that will run itself out past that point and start to run itself out backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're running it out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. Next, that slide control, we'll utilize that when closing the unit up. And then little 110 here. Heat duct. Slam locks work best when gently slammed. QR code here for your owner's manual from Heartland. In the ceiling here is your smoke alarm. All prepped for a TV over here. Cable. If you put a TV on here, before you run your digital channel scan, turn that antenna on there. That's digital channel enhancer to allow you to pick up more channels. You fit up to a 55-inch TV in here. Lots of lighting here. Down here's your sound system. So we have Bluetooth, AM, FM, auxiliary, 2 different FMs, 3 different FMs. So several preset channels you can set up. See if I can get anything to come in out here. Oh, there we go, I had something. So dual zone, indoors. 1 is outdoors, 2 is indoors. Here outdoors. You can mute it or hold it in to shut it off. Little hidden area here for some storage. Big sink with cutting board cover. Self-explanatory microwave. Down here we have a light and a fan above your cooktop. On your cooktop, this glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Turn on your panel light. Turn this to light or high. Put your spark to the left, and when you're lighted, your gas is on. That's how you light that. Same thing here. Turn your oven to your flame. Spark it here, and then set it to the desired temperature. Your oven. On your fridge. Safety travel strap. Come up the side, there's your temperature control. Thermostat will be behind your fridge. You can turn on your fan, your AC, or your heat all from here. Bunk area, 200-pound capacity, I know there. 300 on your bottom. 110 below that. Coming back in your bathroom, do have a hand open exhaust vent here. Make sure you keep that closed for travel. 110 with GFCI reset. And a little control panel. So there's where you see your brand new battery. Here's your freshwater tank, black and gray. We're testing lines right now. Here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked up to gas, your water heater if hooked up to electric. It does make a difference. And then in the middle where you turn on your water pump when utilizing your potable water. Coming into our living room, some paperwork for you here. This tabletop we'll remove and set down on the wooden ledge. Put a couple of flat back cushions on top for another sleeping quarter. To the left of your dinette is your breaker box and fuses, a couple of 40s, ton of 15s. Highly recommend having those with you when you go camping. Down below that is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Now the reason I mention this 12-volt it's always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping, boondocking somewhere, and you're going to be gone for the entire day, use your battery disconnect to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. Continue through the unit. Your AC does have a quick dump. That'll dump your air right here. Emergency exit window in your bedroom. And you do have a little bit of storage up underneath your bed. Individual one-touch lighting up here. 2 doors to secure for travel. Make sure that they're snapped open, both ends. And that about covers everything in here. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. The first thing I like to do is go through, and any lights I can't see, I shut them off. Look around, shut these lights off, and then I can see any little accent lights that I may need to shut off. It looks like my bunk areas. Anything that's not controlled from my main control panel. And now I'm going to say doors and drawers. Look around the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede the slide from coming in. Turn back on a couple of living room lights here so I can see what I'm doing. Come down here to in and just press in. Slide comes in rather quickly. Important door to have closed down there, and make sure it doesn't catch your slide. These utilize about every inch they can. Slides in, shut our lights off, exit the unit. Now on these steps, whether bringing them down or putting them up, the biggest thing you want to make sure is your exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise, this is going to catch on it. You'll see how close it comes, even with it closed. Lock that in there. Now before you leave the dump station, I say that in case you want to go inside your bathroom and check your levels as you're dumping. Before you leave your dump station, lock, deadbolt this door, lift and turn this handle so your door is safe for travel. Now if you're out dry camping, boondocking, what you're going to do, you're going to get up underneath here, open up our low point drains, come to the front by your doorway, open up that left one for your freshwater tank, a couple more low point drains. Otherwise, if you're at a campsite, bring up our stabilizing jacks, unhook our power, our water, and our cable, and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. So run these up. Your dump is going to be just behind your tires on your off campsite, or your driver's side of your tow field. Arrive, hook up your hose. First thing we're going to pull is your sewer outlet, which is going to be the one on your left. And when it sounds like that's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank, make sure it is empty. Leave that black handle open, or your sewer outlet open. Grab the hose at the dump station and come up here to your tank flush. Hook that up, hook up your hose, and let that run for a good 5 minutes, emphasizing your black handle open. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, go ahead, remove that hose, make sure all that washout that you just put in there has drained, and then close your black handle and pull your gray. Now while that gray is going, that's when I normally would be dumping my low point drains at the dump station. Unless you're out boondocking, it doesn't matter. But while those low point drains are dumping, when they are done and your gray is still dumping, come on up here to your hot water heater. If you're done camping for the season, lift up on this pressure release valve. Now it's going to dump some hot water out of there, so be careful. When that's done, push that back down, and then you can pull your drain plug for the residual hot water. When that gray tank is done, close that back up, grab your sewage hose, and conveniently and sanitarily store it right inside your bumper. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this North Trail for many years to come. Happy camping.